It's not very often that I would come on here and talk about somebody, another creator, and the power that they have or have had over me or other people. I am going to talk to you today about Oliver Anthony. If you have not heard about him, go ahead and search him on YouTube, Oliver Anthony Music. I'm going to tag him below. What an amazing story. What amazing words coming out of his mouth to create something so meaningful, yet so real about life. I want to take a few quotes just from one of the videos that I'm going to actually tag in this that really resonate with me because you guys have heard me before. I've told you if my feet hit the ground, it means I have another chance to just keep going, right? This man, obviously, a lot like myself, has the same views because as he talks about drugs and alcohol and addiction and homelessness and trafficking, this man speak words because his truths have been there and he struggled and lived through. um I've listened to his video because actually William recommended it. I had not heard of him. I've not, going to be honest, I'm kind of disconnected from YouTube. I'm kind of disconnected from social media. I'm not one to be sitting there just waiting, right, or listening. But I wished I would have came across him 2 weeks ago when this first started because I yet have had time to sit down and listen to all his music, but just the song that William recommended to me, and then the two videos of him talking about life, and then the change since his video came out. It's something beautiful because it's a guy that's really relatable, you know. Like he said at some point, there's no reason for men to be getting to a point of suicide. I'm going to say there's no reason for anybody to get to that point, but we're seeing it more and more because of the mental health crisis that we're having in this world and what's going on around us. We have people that have to live off of a system because their 9 to 5 job that pays bare minimum isn't affording any of the things they need in life. We have kids being abused and we have things happening behind closed doors because they're people that are inside the home have mental health crises because there's nothing out there available to them because their insurance isn't good or they can't afford. There's so much happening in this world that's just dark. But what he said hit me hard. I'm going to quote it because I love the way that he said it, and you'll be able to hear it in the video if you just go watch it. It says, as long as you're above the dirt, you have a fighting chance. How true is that? Meaning that if you've foregone and came out of the darkest, deepest side when you're sitting there just wondering about or contemplating taking your life, if you did not do that and you actually have the chance to be above the ground, breathing, living, there's a chance for you to do something in life differently. How wonderful is that? This man is full of hope and inspiration. Some of his stuff is dark, some of it's deep. But we need that. We need people to come out of their shells. We need people that understand and live life as it is. He talks about, like in 2021, the struggles that everybody was going through. And I think about that time, and he's so right. What a scary, unknown time that was. The world around us was collapsing because of a pandemic that lasted a long time. People lost faith. People gained anxiety, worry, fear. There was so much happening in that moment. And I personally, nothing from what he said, but I personally feel that we haven't came out of that era yet. We've not survived that fully yet. That trauma that happened in 2020 with that pandemic that affected the whole world, that shut us down, is going to have a lifelong effect. He said that he was at the point of, drugs and alcohol and, things that he cared about at one time no longer mattered. And times were dark times, living in dark times, and, talked about the suicide rates and the trafficking and everything that's happening. And the best thing that he said is it's not the problem, it's a symptom of the problem. Society, life, what's happening around us, what's going on. Our government. He talked about all the reality. And as hard and dark as it was so beautiful. And this guy's gotten people from all over the world engaged and communicating and talking about, how he's saying what we need to hear. And they're right. They're right. In my eyes, we need not live in fear. We need to live as this man is, being genuine and true and spreading words that are there that need to be heard. We need to talk about suicide. We need to talk about trafficking. We need to talk about all these hard problems that are affecting our world today. We need to talk about mental health. We need to talk about the support and care that there is out there. This guy is just spreading words and growing at multitudes because of his honesty and genuineness in life. For being who he is, for saying what he is, or saying what he just says, for being true to himself. He's the voice that we all need. And when I tell you, I don't know that I've ever shared a channel. I'm sharing a channel. I'm sharing a channel that's going to have, or that already has, a lot of meaning, a lot of truths. His songs can resonate you. Again, I haven't got to listen to all of them, but William, the YouTuber, he surely has. And he is touched by this guy. He's shook by this guy. Like, this guy has William just under hold right now. He's all about this guy. So of course I dove in, and of course, please be touched by this guy. People need to hear him. People need to hear the truth. People need to hear the dark. They need to know that they're not alone. They need to know that there's support. They need to know that we as people have options to change. There's hope. So, this is going to be a very short video. But again, a big shout out to Oliver Anthony Music. Go over to his channel. Subscribe. You're not going to be disappointed. Listen to his songs. Listen to him talk. Like, he has 2 videos. Like, let me find it. He has one that says it's a pleasure to meet you from 2 weeks ago. Like, I felt like we were having a true conversation and I was just listening. But it was the most beautiful put together words. So, please do me a favor. Please go over. If you want someone genuine to listen to, someone down to earth that understands the struggles, that has been there, has done that, has came back, and this is where he is, go subscribe. Go subscribe. I don't know anything about his past. I don't know anything about, all the details. It's his story, not mine. But whatever it is, he's there to share words of meaning. And those words of meaning are very well put together, helpful. If you feel alone, you probably won't feel alone. He says what so many people have said. So if you can, please just go like his, share, subscribe to his channel, listen to him, hear what he has to say, because there's a lot to learn, a lot to just, there's a lot of inspiration, motivation, and it's beautiful. So probably the first time that you'll ever hear me, maybe the only time that you'll ever hear me share out a channel, but it's for a good reason. This guy knows what he's talking about. So again, go over, check him out. Listen to the song Richmond Men North of Richmond. That's the one that I started with. It was so true. so thoughtful, so thought about. But yet, so you can see it came natural to him because it's words, it's what's inside of him, it's what he thinks, he believes, he feels, and there's nothing better than genuine music like that. So, again, go check him out. If you do, leave me a message, drop a comment, tell me what your thoughts of him are. Let me know what you're thinking. So, for now, guys, that's all I have to say. Again, you're not alone. And as long as your feet are above the ground and hit the ground, there's another chance. All right. So thank you guys for listening and watching. Check him out, leave a comment, and have a great day. Bye, guys.